Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're seeing this video for the first time and have never seen any of my videos before. Today I'm kind of going to talk about something a little personal to me. If you've followed me or know me personally, you will know this past year I went to college for the first time. It was an interesting experience to say the least. I'll get more into the whole experience later in the video. I wrote down a few bullet points on my phone that I wanted to get through just because this video is kind of gonna be difficult to explain for me, and I kind of wanted an outline to go out of, make sure I don't miss anything. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to put this video up because I'm kind of talking about some very personal stuff that has happened to me within the past year that I haven't really publicly talked about. So as you guys know, for the past year I went through my freshman year of college and it was really rough, to be honest. If you guys don't know the school I went to, it's in one of my previous videos, I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure I talk about it, but for the sake of this video, I'm not really gonna mention it. The school I went to was 2.5 hours away from home for starters, so it was kind of rough when I would go home pretty much every weekend, pack up for an entire weekend and leave, and then I have to come back up 2.5 hours, and it kind of sucked. In the beginning of all of this, I was really excited to go to this school, mainly just because it was college and I was excited to move on from high school and get a whole new experience and meet new people and just kind of be on my own and be somewhere else. The problem wasn't necessarily being on my own, but I was on my own in a place that definitely wasn't for me. I loved having the whole independent, like me doing things for myself kind of feel that was really like liberating and like amazing to like experience and be an adult, but the part that sucked was I wasn't at the right place. It was super hard for me to make friends at this school, and when I mean like super hard, I mean like I really only made like 3 to 4 friends maybe, and I didn't really hang out with them all that much because I had so much freaking schoolwork. And I don't know if this is just anyone else who is in their freshman year of college or was in their freshman year of college. I had work overload. Like on the weekends I would be doing homework, the weekdays I'd be doing homework. I really didn't have any time to do anything I wanted to do, which is why you guys didn't see a lot of uploads from me throughout this year. I also just kind of lost all motivation to do things I wanted to do because after I would complete assignments, I would just be so tired that I would just want to lay in bed, go to bed, or just like watch TV because I was so stressed and tired that I just didn't feel the motivation to do anything else I wanted to do. It also didn't really help that the school I went to was very academic focused, and not that that's a bad thing. I think obviously like you're going to college for your academics, but you also want that feeling of being in college and like going out and doing things, going out and hanging out with friends, going and being stupid and going out on the weekend. And I didn't really get that. School was always on my mind. I don't really know how else to put this, but like when I'm at school, I'm in school mode. When I'm at home, I'm in relax mode. I can relax, I can do the things I want to do. But because I was at school, it was so hard for me to like transition into that, okay, I'm in the classroom mode. I'm in my dorm, relax mode. So because my school was super academic focused, the clubs were also super academic focused, and not a lot of them were kind of like fun pleasure clubs or like stuff that like is fun to do. And a lot of them also costed a lot of money that I didn't have to pay. I did join one club that was kind of for my major. My major is criminal justice, and it was like a criminal justice associations club, but it didn't meet regularly, and whenever it did meet, it was always super late at night, and by that point I just wanted to lay in bed, so I didn't really go to that club all that often, and it was also not regularly. So now on into the kind of touchy stuff that I'm going to talk about. So throughout this year I kind of, like I said, struggled making friends, but I also really struggled with like finding who I am, I guess. The one friend that I had going into this school that I knew, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go to school with this person, like we're gonna hang out all the freaking time. Me and this person didn't hang out like whatsoever at all. They had their own group going on, and I got invited to stuff quite regularly, but because I had so much freaking schoolwork, I couldn't really just drop my schoolwork and go and hang out with them. I tried explaining this to this person and they didn't really understand it, and they kind of, I guess, criticized me and were like, well, you can't have that much homework, it's only the first week.
I also want to explain that the times that this person asked me to hang out changed all the freaking time. Like, they weren't set in stone plans. They were, hey, we're doing this at this time, come do it. And then an hour later, I would get like a text message and it would completely change. So I was just kind of sick and tired of changing around my plans for the day to accommodate for this person, if that makes sense.
When I tell you, like, my whole first semester, I was swamped with work. I was freaking swamped with work. I made the mistake of putting like 3 of my most difficult and most homework based classes all in one semester, and no one told me about this, so it's not like I knew what I was doing. Me and this person ended up falling out of friendship basically, and I am kind of glad that it happened. After it all happened, I started thinking back to like times when this person was very manipulative and toxic and would say things, their actions didn't follow what they said. And I'm just not really about that. Like, friends are supposed to be there for each other, and you weren't there for me, and that's okay. Just don't expect me to be there for you when you weren't there for me. It had been a toxic friendship for 3 years that I was ignoring and kept giving this person second chances that they didn't deserve, and I just need to close that chapter in my life and move on. That is kind of what this video is. It's kind of me making this video more for myself rather than you guys, and I feel like uploading it is really gonna like ingrain it in my head, like, this stuff happened, this is why you aren't going back to it. But I'm also kind of doing this video to like explain what I went through and what I learned from it, and if it can help anyone in some way possible, then great. With this whole friendship falling out, I kind of went into a really, really bad state. During, I want to say, November-ish, around that time, I had become super, super depressed to the point where I needed to stay home for an entire week, and I had to go see my doctor, and I ended up having to see a therapist during that week, I think twice. And I'm not saying my mental state is completely fixed now by any means. Like, I'm still working on myself and my mental health. I still think it's really important to work on your mental health regardless of the state that you're in. I'm not really ashamed by it, to be honest, because mental health is something that is so important to me. I have lost friends from depression. I got help, and I'm very happy that I got help. I'm still kind of trying to like figure this stuff out. By no means am I living a perfect life. I feel like sometimes on social media people can like put up a front, I guess, about how their life looks, but I think it's also really important to know that these people aren't showing every single aspect of their lives. They're only showing you what they want to show you. So I just feel like that's something really important to remember. When you go to compare your life to someone else's, just know that their life isn't perfect either. They have their own stuff going on in their life that you might not even know about. So yeah, that was kind of my experience at my school for freshman year. It kind of sucked really bad, and I didn't like it whatsoever. I just don't think I was at the right college for me. I know many people who have enjoyed this college and it's the right fit for them, and that's awesome, that's great. I also had a lot of staff members, after I told them I was transferring, they kind of tried to do everything they could to keep me there. And while I kind of appreciate it and I get where they were coming from, the support about transferring and just keeping me there made me feel like I was anything but like a person. I was kind of just treated like a number and not as a person who has feelings and experiences of my own. I feel like I should talk about kind of what I learned from this experience my freshman year, because I did learn a lot, and as you can tell, I'm a lot better than I was a few months ago, and I can definitely see that. I think through all of this, the one main thing I learned at the end of all of this is I know who I want to surround myself with, and I know how I want people to treat me, and I know how I don't want to treat people. And I feel like that's a really important lesson to learn, especially when you're in a new place and you meet new people. I also definitely learned when to notice the red flags and don't dismiss them. The more you push them aside and the more you brush them off, the more chances you're giving someone to do this to you. I've been asked about this topic a multitude of times. Throughout this year, I also had kind of another issue I was dealing with that started last summer when I uploaded my bikini haul video. I had ended up getting a DM from an ex-boyfriend of mine that I dated in my sophomore year of high school, and this person basically was trying to seem caring and was looking out for my best interest, but very blatantly slut-shamed me. I don't really want to share the text messages on the screen, but I will sum up what it was about. Basically, this person reached out to me because my bikini haul video had gained a little traction, which is unusual for my channel, but it's such a popular video idea. I had kind of expected some weird comments about like my body or whatever. I can handle myself, I can handle those comments. And I get it was in this person's, what this person may think is their best interest, but the way they went about it was so degrading to me that it made me feel so freaking awful about my body for the entire year. And it also didn't help that this person also went to my school with me. So I would see this person every so often and they would pretty much act like nothing happened. It really made me feel so little, like as a person, like so freaking little, like this person overpowered me. Like that's not okay. Anyways, basically summing up the text messages, this person had reached out to me concerningly and telling me I think that the video is getting views for the wrong reason, and I kind of went off on this person. Was like, you act as if like I didn't know that this is a possibility, that this can happen. Like I know the risks of me putting myself out on the internet. I know that I'm not stupid. Basically told this person, if you don't like it, you don't have to follow me. And they were basically like, well, I don't follow you anyways. Okay, but you watch my videos, so. Anyways, this person was basically saying like, oh, I didn't know you were the type of person to be okay with old men jacking off to your video with the only thing in return is views. First of all, that is a very, very degrading comment. Second of all, if you think that the only reason I do YouTube is for views, I suggest you clicking off my video right now, because that's not why I do it. And that just, it bothered me so much at the time reading this comment, because it made me think, okay, well, what do other people think about me doing YouTube? And that it took me forever to realize that I shouldn't care what other people think, because they're gonna have their thoughts regardless of me, and that's fine. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am, and that's all that should matter. I'm sorry, but if you want to hate on someone for doing something that they love and something that is their passion and something that helps them feel themselves, you are so low as a human being, and you seriously need to step back and you need to look at the bigger picture, because that is not okay to do to someone. This person did that, and then the what I got for Christmas video, this person ended up DMing me again after I had blocked him on all social medias, and I'm pretty sure I blocked his number too. He DM'd me from a completely different account that he doesn't use anymore, and was basically saying like, I'm here for you, I know we have history, but if you ever want to grab lunch, like to talk or like talk about stuff, I know you're having like a hard time, like I'm always here for you, I have no other intentions, like blah blah blah, like all this like bullshit basically. First of all, there weren't gonna be any other intentions otherwise, because I'm in a 1.5 years of a relationship that is healthy. I don't know what other intentions you thought there were behind that message, but there's none. I just think it is so hypocritical to say such rude and degrading comments about someone and then months later turn around and be like, I'm here for you. Like no. You clearly didn't learn from what you did, and I'm not saying you need to learn from what you did, but the fact that you think you are so high up on a pedestal to degrade someone and then come back months later thinking they'll forgive you once you made them feel so freaking awful about themselves for months on end without an apology. And you know what, if you are watching this, you know who you are, first of all. Second of all, I don't ever want you to contact me again. I don't care if you want to apologize. I never want you to contact me again. That is not something I need in my life. That is not something I want in my life. And to be quite honest, I don't know who you think you are 4 years later to comment on my life when you barely even know me. Not to mention, you have your own relationship going on. Focus on your relationship and your life and not mine. I have always been so freaking nice to you when walking the hallways at high school. I've never said one mean thing to you. I've never would have said degrading comments about you. But the fact that you feel so high up on your own pedestal to go and degrade me for something I'm confident in, my own body I'm confident in, shows what kind of person you are. Okay, so I've pretty much addressed everything I kind of wanted to address in this video. This video is also in no way, shape, or form as me like exposing people or anything. That's not really the intentions of this video. Basically just me sharing these experiences with you guys and telling you guys what I learned from them, and not to be ashamed of who you are, not to be ashamed of your body, not to be ashamed of what you are passionate about, not to be ashamed that you didn't fit in somewhere and you have to go somewhere else. To close off this video, I kind of want to say a couple thanks to a couple people. I don't think I would have been able to do it without them, to be quite honest. I want to thank my mom, of course. I really would not have been able to do this without you. I want to thank Jordan. You guys have seen her on my channel, I'm pretty sure, a bunch of times, and she was really kind of the only person that was there for me that I could talk to, that I trusted, because I've known her for so long, knew everything that was going on. So thank you. I really miss you, and when all of this corona stuff is done, I really need to see you, just saying. I also want to thank, obviously, my boyfriend, because he's been nothing but supportive during this entire thing, even though it hasn't been easy. We both went to 2 different schools at the time, so kind of not being able to be there for each other sucked. Thank you to those people tremendously for helping me get through a time that I don't think I would have been able to get through by myself. I think it also helped teach me how not to give 2 craps about how someone who doesn't even know me has an opinion on my life. If I'm happy with my life, I should be happy with it, and that's that. Close this video off, I kind of want to end it on a good note. I am going to be transferring in the fall. Just this past week, I have been admitted to Michigan State University, and I am honestly super freaking excited to go there. I have visited there countless of times, and the community is just so welcoming and just somewhere I know I'm gonna love. Once again, this video is not meant to expose anyone. This is basically just me explaining how this past year and my freshman year have been for me. If this video is able to help one person in any way possible, that was the goal of the video. I just kind of want to share my experience with you guys. It's okay to go through this stuff, and it's okay because you're gonna come out stronger than you were before. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you want to. If this is your first time seeing a video of mine, be sure to click the subscribe button down below so you guys can see more content from me. I definitely have a lot more content coming for you guys because I'm not in school anymore, so I can focus on YouTube a lot more. Anyways, I love you guys all so much, and I'm seriously so grateful for all your guys' support. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.